'Twas the week before Christmas, and to everyone's shock,
all the elves had been murdered.
said the news at 6 o'clock. Their bodies were strewn about here and there, as if they'd been mangled by an angry bear. The bodies were battered and flung through each room, sad visions of little lives cut short much too soon. The red on the walls, the footprints in blood, have started to stain, to drip and to flood. It started at dawn when the elves wanted to sing. Santa was tired, but the alarm then did ring. Away to his desk he then trod like a sloth, threw open some whiskey, and worked up a froth. The sun on the breast of his new fallen tears also shone veins on his nose and red on his ears, when what in his bloodshot eyes should appear but a sliver of madness and a sudden lack of cheer. With a set of small knives so lively and quick, it was the work of a moment to aim and then flick. More rapid than bullets, the knives they all flew, and he giggled and shouted and laughed as he slew.
Now Robbie, now Verna, now Justin and Twinkle, die Rosie, die Snowy, die Blinky and Winkle. Blood on the ceiling and blood on the wall. Now pass away, pass away, pass away all.
As shrapnel and rubble that before dynamite fly, so do all little elves fly apart as they die. When up the stairs with screams they all flew, so did the carnage, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling he was down to the stable, blasting reindeer and cutting all he was able. As he drew back his hand and was turning around, another set of antlers fell to the ground. He was covered in blood from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all matted with bone chunks and soot. Bullets and bombs he had flung at his deer, and he looked like a creature who thrived upon fear. His eyes, how they sparkled, his grin, oh how scary. His cheeks stained with roses, his breath smelled like cherry. His sharp little knives were all ready to throw, and his beard was splotched scarlet as fresh blood on snow. The limb of an elf he held tight in his hand, and the madness stood out in his eyes like a brand. He had in his sights one last little Nelly, who shook with great fear like a bowl full of jelly. She was small and quite thin, a fragile little elf, and she cried when she saw him, in spite of herself. A wink of his eye and a twist of her head, when her body fell limp, he knew then she was dead. He said not a word, then left his bloody work, and to the woods he ran, his old life he did shirk. His home had lain silent, as if in repose, until a light knocking suddenly arose. In walked a janitor, with mop downy as a thistle. He gazed at the mess and let out a whistle. He muttered as he cleaned, thinking of Santa's blight.
Happy Christmas to you. It was a heck of a fight.
Hello anyone, Elf Skyson here. If you enjoyed this little holiday work, or would like to see more from Viscera Cleanup, like, comment, and subscribe to let me know. If you didn't like it, well, I still wish you a happy holiday season. I will see you all next time, and whatever you may celebrate, be sure to have a good time and remember to stay groovy. Ow.